Howdy all, welcome to part 2 of my new playthrough series, Conan Exiles Enhanced. If you watched the last playthrough, I started at the very beginning and finished the Survivor Journey, which is the first journey that you take. The next one is generally survival shelter. I am going to do the Archer, just so I can get a better bow and get the iron head arrows. And apparently I have not made a bow yet. Well, let's take care of that. And a couple of arrows, which I don't have all the ingredients for. I do not have branches. I do have... I mean, I can run around and collect branches. There's a ton of them right here, but I can also whack down a tree, which will give me more branches. And a lot of wood. So we'll do that. Now we'll go ahead and make... you get 10 arrows per batch that you make. So I can make 4 batches. I'm going to make 2. So I'll have 20 arrows. Oh, there's my bow. It's like, where did my bow go? Alright, we'll put the bow up front like I like to have it. You have to put the arrows into the bow itself when it's in one of your hotbar slots. Otherwise, it will say you don't have any ammo. And I am going to use it to power shot an enemy. And you don't even really need to shoot them. I'm just going to aim and hold down the right mouse button. And there, I have power shot an enemy. I do need to kill an enemy with a bow. These guys are tougher than I would like, but since they're right here... Come on, make that attack. Oh, you got me. The problem with this is that is an awful lot of stamina management going on here. Oh, I'm dodging terribly. There you go. Alright, and that finished the journey. I might as well go ahead and skin this guy. And go ahead and heal up. And then... once that animation is done, let's go make a better bow now that I know how to make it. Oh, I haven't claimed the reward. Alright. Now let's see if I can make that bow. I don't have, what am I missing? I am missing more branches. I've got enough stuff. I probably don't have enough stuff to make enough twine and plant fiber. And I picked up a bunch of yellow lotus, which I don't need. I mean, not like they weigh anything, but... Alright, and let's go back over here to get some branches. And this time I will just pick some up. Do I have any in here? I don't. Just because I don't necessarily want the extra weight of the wood. Alright, now let's see if I can make I can. So we'll make a powerful hunting bow. And once that's done, we'll put it in. Now I'll go ahead and toss the other hunting bow out. Normally I like to keep those things, but I'm not going to make a dismantler bench for many levels, so there's no point in having the extra weight of that stuff around. Let's go ahead and put the skinning knife away. Just to show you, if I bring up the bow and then I try to do a power shot, no ammo. It says over there on the left. So you do have to, in this case I'm going to put the iron head arrows in here. Now I could probably take out one of those shellbacks in 3 shots maybe with the powerful hunting bow and the iron head arrows. But I'm not going to, because I'm going to head up to where I'm actually going to do the next journey, which is the survival shelter. I often do it down here at Noob River along these islands, either on this side or the other side of the Shattered Bridge. It's a great spot for almost all the resources you could need, but I'm going to go outside Sepermaru. Now, I would normally not show you this. I've done this before. You basically, it's just, once you particularly get up here, it's just a lot of running around the unnamed city until you get over to actual Sepermaru here. But I do want to show anybody who's seeing this for the first time how to get over to the unnamed city. There's another one of those birds just took off. So Croc over there, let's not get too close to them. Croc over there, so we kind of angle right at this corner. How to get around or up to the unnamed city without attracting the attention of any of the hyenas that are along here. At my level with my weaponry and so on, I would probably die to a hyena. I might be able to take it out. I'm not entirely sure about that. And just like that, I've already... oh, right. I haven't healed completely from... And I'm out of rough wraps. Let's make some more rough wraps. I can only make 1 set of 3. Yeah, I would probably die to a hyena, or it would take me forever with much better dodging than I was doing against the shellback to actually be able to survive that. So when you come up that switchback, you basically want to stay mostly all the way over here to the right of this particular pathway, like you're aiming right for that double tower. As long as you stay over here to the right, you will avoid catching the attention of any of the hyenas that are up along those ridges, or actually there's some right over there. Then it gets a little tricky. So again, you want to aim like you're heading towards that double spire up there, but you're really going towards that split in the wall. Alright, there we go. You want to come down here. Now you want to stick as much to the left, hug this wall as much as you can, because you can see there's a hyena right over there. So we want to run as far around away from that hyena as we can. It's heading right at. It's coming right for me. And I'd say we're clear. And have I used up all my attributes? Do I need... oh, I've got 5 points. Let's finish up grit all the way to 5. Gives me tenacity. That increases my armor by 40 and my stamina by 20. And next I'm going to add the rest of these 3 into expertise, so I have more carrying capacity, which is going to be very important for what I'm going to be doing up here at Sepermaru. You can go up around here. I just cut through this other break. All right. And now, we'll get up here on this little rock flat area. All right, I'm going to turn around so I get some light. I'm going to cut the video right here and take a break where I don't show you me running all the way around this part of the unnamed city. Basically, you come all the way around to here. You know what? It's not really any more. I'll just keep going. It's no longer than the distance I just ran. I mean, it's boring because you're just looking at, my character running over some sand. I also don't remember if that break was as big right there before the change to UE5. It's probably just something I don't particularly remember. Now you can hear the unnamed music, or unnamed city ominous. Wow. The unnamed city ominous music. It doesn't seem like it would be that much of a tongue twister, but here we go. And you just keep running until you're almost out of stamina. Don't let it get all the way down, because you've got a lag period before you can actually start recovering. It's only, a second or so, but that's just a little bit of extra wait time that you don't need if you can avoid it. Just keep an eye on your stamina bar there. And stop running, and then go back to running. All right, and again, anybody who's seen any of these videos probably knows that's the jawbone, it's called, that ridge up there. I'm actually going to go up here first to show you why this is a really good area to come visit, even if your base isn't going to be outside Sepermaru like mine is. All this ironstone and coal all over the ridge along here that holds all of the pillars that make up the cursed wall. I'm going to run over here to the jawbone just so I actually get it on my things discovered. There we go. And then I'll run up this way along this flat. And I didn't pay attention. So like that took 2 minutes to run around the unnamed city. So it wasn't as long as I thought. One of the other good things about being up in this area, and there are some of these down by New River as well, but here you've got a few of them. On the other side of Sepermaru, you've got a lot of them. These dead trees. You whack at these with a pick, or I guess an axe as well, or a hatchet, and you will get either bark with the pick or wood with the hatchet, and you can get dried wood off of them. So before you're actually able to learn how to make a dryer and make dried wood, you can get enough dried wood to be able to make insulated wood, which you'll need for when you... the earliest thing I know of that I need it for is to make the dismantler when that opens up for me. All right, we are here outside of Sepermaru. You notice I hugged that wall of cliffs there because those rhinos would absolutely kill me in probably one shot. All right, the reason we're going into Sepermaru, which as you can see we've just discovered, is so that we can start, when we get to Thrall Taker, we can start recruiting people here in the city where they are not aggressive. Um, and if there's somebody who's really isolated like this, you can take them out with a truncheon. But if they're surrounded by other people, if I tried to attack this um, taskmaster with a truncheon to knock him out, these two guards here, these two fighters would just kill me, like real fast. So you need, or you want, purple lotus orbs. And you can get purple lotus orbs way before you know how to make them by checking out the chests that are all over Sepermaru. And the first one is right at the top of this tower. And it has silver coins. And that's the only thing out of here I will take. I will eventually start taking all of these paintings as well once I build a dismantling bench, because that's a great way to get the one thing that I really miss about not being here in... how do I release? I can't remember. I'll climb down. About having my starter base up here is that there is no real easy place to get the gossamer you need to make silk. Like, there are no spiders around here. I definitely need some food, though. I probably should have cooked this up. I don't think I can place my... campfire in Sepermaru. I'd have to go back outside and far enough outside. Alright, there's a chest right up there, as you can see, but also give these folks a second and they will teach you a dance. There, I learned the snake dance. Again, money and nothing else. Oh, scorpion. Eventually, again, when I get to the point where, you know what? I'm actually going to take that. When I get to the point where I have a dismantling bench, I will start picking up steel tools and weapons. And you climb up here, and you can see there's this like little cave. Wow. I am failing. Nothing. Oh, I can learn a language. There we go. All right, and there's another one up at the very top, the highest tower up here. Come on. Let's get up to the top here. There we go. Steel short sword. All right, I now have a better weapon. And in fact, it also applies bleed, so I will replace my daggers. That's one of the things I'm looking for sure, is, you know, a better weapon. Oh, that was more of a ouchie jump than I wanted. But I also want better tools. Come on. Alright, there's one right up here. And nothing. Wow. There are all sorts of people to recruit here. I'm not going to look at any of them because I kind of don't want to get disappointed if there's somebody really amazing. All right. Come on. I will take the torch, because I am going to need that. All right. I'm trying to remember what's the easiest way to get up to this one. All right. We will go up here and over to that platform. Huh. Oh, I grabbed a Stygian spear. I'm not going to use it, but interesting to know that there's one of them just sort of hanging out there. I mean, it would definitely be a better weapon. It's not going to be better than the steel short sword that I have, except it will have greater reach. There we go. A hatchet. Not really needing any thin armor plating, and I could probably take the money, but silver is way more important right now. Come on, jump off. That's it. C is release. And basically, you just climb around to all of these. I'll bring you over to where I'm going to start my base. And I might actually start the base depending upon how much time I've got left by the time I get around these towers. And, oh, there we go. We'll take the cleaver. And that's it. And we'll take, ooh, and some steel arrows. Even better than the iron head arrows. And I've got that advanced pick, the Acheronian pick. All right, over here, so I'm now in the area known as West Wall. You know what? I'm going to run over here because there's no other water until I get over toward where I'm going to be building. So let me just check. Okay, yeah, my water pouch that's on my hotbar is full. Again, all kinds of people here you can recruit. I don't want to check them out, but I do want to go over here to the prison. 2 possible taskmasters to recruit, but this is the important thing. All right. I've got an iron truncheon. I guess I'll take the fiery hot meat soup and the cooked pork roast. I would like that to have been a steel truncheon, and you can get a steel truncheon out of this chest, or actually any of the chests, really. But that's better than the one I'm going to be learning how to make. All right. That's it for chests along here. You can go down that way, and there's a bunch more. And I will show you those eventually. But I have most of what I need to gather way more resources than I would be able to with just my stone tools. Boy, I really do need to... Oh, well, I've got a pork feast. What am I doing? There. And that's 100%. Lots of these dead trees along here. But this is where I'm going to be... you know what? I'm going to swap my arrows. This is where I'm going to be building my base. But to do that first, I need to get rid of a troublemaker. Thank God I've got a better weapon. There it is. There is a jaguar. Oh, 3, and dodge. Made it. There we go. If I did not have that steel short sword, that would probably have killed me. Oh, I took a drink. Okay. All right. The reason why I want to build here is all of this ironstone and coal all right along the base of this cliff, all the way over there. Water, shalebacks for days, trees, stone, everything I need to build is all right here. So what I'm going to do is put the pick in place of the pick, put the hatchet in place of the hatchet, and in fact I will ditch both of them and the stone daggers. Again, just a matter of weight. Hatchet and pick. Okay, I'm pretty loaded up with weight. Can I learn the wooden box yet? I can't. Oh, okay, because I haven't learned Apprentice Mason. Oh, yeah, okay. I have to start the survival. Okay. Survival shelter. We'll activate that. All right. Now I have to unlock Apprentice Mason. There we go. Now I can unlock Box Maker, which is part of the journey step that will happen later on, but oh, I need to cut down a tree and then make my construction hammer. I could make the construction hammer now, but I'm going to need, the wood anyway. Let's get this other tree down. I'm already at 93 out of 115 in weight encumbrance. Oh, that was the wrong one. All right. And to make a construction hammer, I do not have everything I need. What am I missing? Twine. I don't have anything to make twine. Luckily, there's a bunch of bushes right along here. Man, I wish I had a sickle. It'd be a lot faster for me to get all of the plant fiber I need to make the twine I need, instead of, again, making you watch me throw my hand out and grab branches again and again and again and again. All right, let's just get all of these that are right here. Just to make sure we have enough, because I'm going to need a lot of twine in addition to the hammer when I get to actually building the building. All right, now let's try to make that construction hammer. There we go. Craft. And I'm going to just make all the twine I can. All right. So I need to build a foundation. I am going to build a box first. Where's my construction hammer? Oh, there it is. Let's put that over there. I'm going to build a box first. Oh, I can't build it there because that would be too close to Sepermaru. So let's go to F, let's go to decorations, and look, the only thing I know how to make is a box. And I'm going to put all sorts of stuff in there, including all of the wood. You know what? I'm just going to throw the spear away. I'll put the iron head arrows there, even though I've only got 5 steel left. Essentially, anything I don't need. Oh, and I always like to put sorting to type when I'm in a box. Keeps things together. Don't need the bugs anymore. I will need those. I will need the feline pelt, of course. Torch I can put away. Literally anything I don't need on me right now. And actually, I'm going to drop my campfire as well, because that gives me yet another spot to store things, even though I'm not really close to... What did I have in there? Bedroll? I guess I had the bedroll in there. I think I had the rough wraps. Let's put the rough wraps in case I... something else. Go and put that in there. Let's get some more wood. To put in here. And we'll cook those 2 things up. Yeah, not that I really need, because I've got the cooked pork feast. All right, now I'm going to clear out this space. Oh, gained a level. So I can get more wood. Mostly what I'm going to be building is with the flotsam set. So you need way more wood than you do stone, as opposed to the sandstone set, which, obviously, given the name, you would need way more stone than you need wood. Not way more. The difference in the amount of wood versus stone you need in flotsam, as opposed to the other way around in sandstone, is much greater. It's an interesting dichotomy between those two. All right. And since I can now build from stuff that's in the box, I'll just put all of that there. I will need a bunch of stone. So we'll go ahead and grab a bunch of stone. And again, this is not terribly exciting, so I'll only grab, I would say, everything that's along this walled cliff down here. Because watching somebody just whack at a rock. I mean, hey, maybe that's your ASMR. If that's the case, more power to you. But for me, not so much. All right, let's just get rid of these last few. Of course, it also made it very easy to see just how much ironstone and coal there is here for when I get to the blacksmithing level. There you are. All right, and we'll put that. Oh, and that. All right. So I like to start sort of right at the top of this little rise, right where it's the very highest point. I can't, in fact, I'll show you. I can't build past basically, all right, that divot inside the cliff along a line here out to basically the edge of that cliff, a little bit inside of it. So that is a line that's too close to Sepermaru. So what I'm going to do is come over this way by a fair amount. And the land does rise even more up here. So what I will do is start with the building pieces, flotsam. I need to build a foundation. I am going to go up a little bit in height so that I have some movement back that way, or over to my right, I should say, as the land rises. All right, 1, and even though these don't matter whatsoever, I'm going to try to keep them in line. And I think I'll go one more this way for 6. All right. Now, just so I can get the journey step out of the way, I'll go ahead and do the next stage, which says build a wall. Build a wall. Build a door frame. Build a door frame. Use the piece picker. Okay. The scroll wheel, middle mouse button, if you click on that, aiming at something, and that has now selected the wall as the next thing I want to build with instead of what I had, which was obviously the door frame. All right, now I need to build a ceiling. I need to build a door. Oh, I don't have enough twine. Do I have enough stuff to make twine? I don't. Oh, plant fiber. And for some reason, this is the point where it stops automatically building the twine for you. Like, as long as I've got plant fiber, I could make the twine stuff I needed to make the bows, the construction hammer, and so on. So that's the name of this whole area, the Oasis of Nurket. That will no longer be the case. So I have to actually make the twine once I've got enough fiber. Fiber is always good for you, folks. Get enough fiber. Ooh, that's probably not enough. More plants, come on. Let's not get too close to here so I don't attract the attention of any of these locusts. And that's the queen, I think, over there. Another reason why this is a valuable spot is that once you get to that point, there is a 3-skull boss right there for me to start harvesting skeleton keys for legendary chests. Am I going to have to run all the way around? Okay, so... Oh, there we go. Yeah, there's all sorts of brush over here. Not loaded with brush, with, places to get plant fibers. That is one of the slight downsides here. Now, there's plenty if I want to roam around just a little bit, and obviously it would be a lot easier if I had a sickle. But I don't. So I am going to just grab. Wow. Well, all right. Lots of bushes here stuck together. And grabbing is done. And craft 10. And we'll do another 10 just in case. All right, let's go make that door. Doink. All right. And go to F. Door. Look, I can now make 4 of them. I only want 1. There we go. Access or place a wooden box. So I've already made the wooden box. I've done it. And it doesn't... I have to go out here to show it to you, but store something in your wooden box. Da, 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 da. Let's store those things, even though I have no interest in them whatsoever. You know what? I'll put those in there and that in there. And I'll ditch my flint head arrows. All right, so that journey step is done. I can now get this reward, which is a survival shelter. What do they call this thing? Survival kit. And if I open that up, it gives me a bunch of other things. It gives me yet another water skin in case I hadn't already picked up the previous one. This is the important one for right now. It gives me Lasting Feast, which increases your carrying capacity by 45. And I'm going to need that because I am going to be running around Sepermaru, climbing more towers, getting more stuff to finish off my base, my beginner base here. It is 40 minutes, so I'm actually going to stop here. Did I step off? I did. And call that a video. I can show you where the other chests are in Sepermaru, but basically there are plenty of people that have done that. You just keep running around. Don't go towards where any of the thugs are. They will kill you. They are aggressive, as opposed to everybody else in Sepermaru. So when you come back, I will probably have a ton of stuff in one or maybe two of those wooden boxes. I will have all kinds of tools, ideally, that are all steel level tools, from having hit these chests in Sepermaru probably a few times. And I will finish out my base in the next video. I don't want to do it before. I don't want to do it without showing you what it looks like. Not that it's going to be anything complicated. I am not I am not Eradication. I am not Barden. I am not anything like a talented architect. It's going to be a little bit more than just a box, but not by much. So that said, thank you all for joining me on this number 2 video in the new Conan Exiles Enhanced playthrough series of Boomer Blows It Games. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs down. If you have any questions or comments on it or any of the other videos in this series or anything we do at Nerd Caliber, please leave those questions or comments in the comment section below. If you have not subscribed and you like what we're doing here, please do consider subscribing. It definitely helps out. And click the notification bell if you want to, so you can get notified of when new videos go up. All of that said, do please stay safe, be well, and bye-bye.